That actually brings up a question of, fixed rates versus variable rates when it comes to mortgages too, because people always say, well, now the 30-year fixed rate is the most common, I would say, of mortgages, as most people hear about, but there are, 7-1 ARM, 10-1 ARM, 5-1, and 15 years.
Correct.
Should people be looking at products like that? And I know this is going to depend on life situations, right?
Well, and it also, we're going back to that inversion in the yield curve, or the flattening of the yield curve that we see right now. Mm-hmm. Since there's no spread between the 5-year and the 10-year, getting an ARM doesn't make that much sense, because there's almost no difference in the interest between a 5-year and a 30 years, because the 30-year interest rates are based on the 10-year Treasury. So right now you're looking at 5-year rates in the neighborhood of 3 3/4 or 4%, and you can get a 30-year fix somewhere between 4 1/4 and 4 1/2. Why would you take a 5-year adjustable and that interest rate risk? Because 5 years in real estate terms is a short period of time. Yeah. It's just short. So, a year ago, an ARM may have made more sense, but then you had all-time low interest rates of 3 3/4. So really, why would you ever take an ARM if you can get a 30-year fix for 3 3/4? So right now they don't make sense. When they did make sense was everybody did 1-year adjustables in the mid 80s when interest rates were 18%, and they could get a 1-year adjustable for 12%. So that's a 6% difference in the interest rate. Yeah, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
And as the interest rate environment continued to change through the early 90s, those rates just kept coming down every year. So that was an instance where a short-term duration loan made sense, because you just couldn't qualify for anything at 18%. Yeah. You needed 12% to be able to qualify for something.
Whew, 18%.
Right. Most people don't remember that. Of course, I'm old, so I do.
So maybe selective memory there too for many people.
Yes. Well,